McCartney's through, he might go for it, still going, trying to barge his way through, goes to the spot, what a goal!
Arriving Rian O'Neill from an almost impossible angle, and that's the rousing score Armagh were looking for.
Conor Turbin kicks this one in on it, absolutely superb.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the Sideline Eye podcast. I'm delighted to be joined by Armagh's All-Ireland winning goalkeeper Blaine Hughes, and he's going to look back at a historic year for himself and for the county. Blaine, it's been a busy couple of months for you. You know, obviously Armagh's All-Ireland win, you've picked up an All-Star nominee and you became a dad again, so it's been a hectic couple of weeks for you.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. After I was put down back to reality very quickly after winning the All Ireland, when my partner Shauna went into pre-labour. So it was after I think Armagh stag do, it was straight in the hospital an hour later. I was from home, so it wasn't the best to wear now. But yeah, no, busy couple of weeks there, especially going back into club football stuff like that there as well, and another child, wee boy Sheelan. So it's been absolutely crazy in our household for the past couple of weeks there.
And Blaine, now I think on Sunday there it was 8 weeks since you've won Sam. How has it been? Just a roller coaster, I'm sure. Has it sunk in even yet? What you have achieved?
Not for me, no. It hasn't sunk in. I probably was back to normal life probably within a couple of weeks after. I'll say it. I was talking to a few boys there with the O2 team, and they were saying it'll probably not sink in for you until a couple of years down the line. More so, for me, like it was just straight away as soon as you were after the couple of weeks celebrating, it was like right back to, say, for me it was rehab. For other boys it was straight back into club football, so it was just your whole objective completely switched in straight away. So
is it difficult? But I know yourself, like you had your rehab, that you sort of your time restraint, so you have to do it. But for the other boys, like it may be difficult, just your whole career has been to win that Sam Maguire, and in the next few weeks you're back on the club field training, you're back in the gym. Is it difficult to come back down from that high again?
Yeah, it's a hard mental switch from you turning around and thinking like you've turned around, you've hit the pinnacle of what you want to achieve, is winning All Ireland, and then to turn around and have that mental switch within a couple of weeks to turn around and go, right, you're back in the club championship. For some guys, obviously, like with group stage games there, it took a while. It took a while for some guys there straight back in. Others it was far quicker process to getting switched back in. But it all depends. Like for some guys there, like I know Rian, I was talking to Rian there when he came back in. Like once he came back in from, if like say 2 weeks rest, he went straight back in it, and the same with the other boys. And there's even some boys like there. You've probably seen the story of Shane there within a week there. He was back training the day after his holiday straight away with Clonagale. So.
Yeah, it's crazy commitment that, and once the club championship's over, it's probably straight back into pre-season again. So it's a 12-month cycle. But talking about the All-Ireland, Blaine, it almost didn't happen for you. You got injured in the warm-up and that knocked you back a bit. But just tell us a bit about your injury, what happened. I think it was a collision with Joe McElroy.
Yeah, we were up over goalkeepers right over minding their own business as we normally do in the warm up, and I think there was a shooting and kicking drill. Collins put in, and I think I sort of half blamed Kieran O'Hanlon as well and a bad kick pass to Joe, but I was down hitting kickouts and then ball came in close to me. Whatever it was, Joe went in to gather, but he fell over a kit bag. Joe fell over a kit bag, collision into me from the outside of my knee, and I ended up doing a high grade 2 of my MCL in the warm up. And then once I hit the deck, I knew in myself there was something wasn't right. The pain going through my knee, and then when I went to stand up, I just didn't feel like I had any stability at all. And then from that, I was hit or miss where I play. We went to do the rest of the warm up. Had to call the warm up off early because I couldn't push off my right leg at all, even to make a save or even to hit a kick out or kick pass out of my hand. So. Yeah, so from that there then I was walking around the parade the whole time thinking I wasn't going to play. And then lucky enough from that there, we came off the hill after the parade then, and then I got strapped up for the first half, and I was just thinking in my head, get me into the half time here so I can get properly seen to, because it was all just happened so quick. It was just absolute chaos going on in the warm-up, so lucky enough.
And was there ever any chance you weren't going to play, because as you say, you're walking around the parade? I'm sure Kieran McGeeney scrambling, trying to get Ethan warmed up if you can't play or something. But how close were you not to playing, or who made that final decision?
I think it was probably it was a mixture between me and Geezer. Like, I was in my head going, I don't know if I'm fit to play. Like, really didn't know. I sort of wanted to give it a go. Obviously, it was an Ireland final. I was in my head going, I want to play at least 10 minutes and see how I feel within the game, and then see what way I can take it from there. But I was just, maybe the start of the whistle made it put me through, the adrenaline might have got me through. That's what I was thinking. But even though in the warm up I was barely fit to walk, and then lucky enough, wise word from Geezer he goes to me, how you doing? He goes, at the right saying not so good. He goes, no, you're great. And slap me in the back, and then goes good into that parade there. So from there, that on, then I goes, right, I'll give this a go. So lucky enough, got through. I was fairly inactive in the first half. Thank God. Thanks to the defenders and everyone else. But I think I hit the first kick out to Armagh, and it went through his legs. I underhit it, and then it was more so through the pain. I sort of half through pulled out of the kick out. I was through the pain of it, and he gave me a mouthful after I hit a bad kick out to him. So after that, then I was pointing towards my right hand side, and then was telling boys to go there. So then through the first half, then I used my left foot basically the whole way through the first half. Then after that, just hitting short kick outs from the left. Thank God.
I assume Galway didn't notice or didn't know you were injured, Blaine, because from memory anyway, they didn't press up on that first half. You were able to get away the short kick outs.
No, yeah. So the parade there, I was in my head going, I like it strapped up in the parade. I didn't want to draw attention to myself, so I waited through the parade. Once we broke out from the parade, then I got strapped, and then your on Vein came on then, and I was sort of in my head looking at the flags, going, these boys are behind us. Me looking at me strapped up, so they could come hunting for me in the first half. But lucky enough, they stepped off and played like a half press, so they only played 3 in their first line. So lucky enough, we were managed to get short away. Thank God.
And in the second half, particularly the last couple of minutes, Blaine, they are pressing up on your kick out. And I know there was a couple come out just in front of the Hogan stand that Galway won. I think I heard it on a different podcast. You couldn't kick across yourself, and Armagh had they had an overload on the left hand side, and you couldn't kick that way. You had to kick out to your right.
Yeah, I actually had a conversation about this after. I was calling an overload to my right hand side, Hogan side, and boys were on the opposite way, and I was like, oh my God, I was like, going, this isn't happening here. Lucky enough, Duffy made himself free, but it was just mishit kick out, and then I think Gleeson punched him over the top of it. But I was looking for them to go Hogan side the whole time because my MCL was it's in the inside of my knee. Everything I kicked across myself or hit with the inside of my foot was excruciating pain. So I was just trying to keep my foot. I was just trying to kick all my lungs out to the right hand side then.
And I suppose you got away with okay, Blaine, and then the final whistle goes. Obviously, the Joe McElroy block and Armagh working up the field. It's at the far end of the field when the whistle goes. What's your memories of the final whistle? Who was the first person you laid eyes on?
McKay. The first person I seen was McKay. McKay was on his knees crying. So was I. I sprinted over to him and sprinting knives, and me and him were face to face. And then after that, then I was running around looking for Joe McElroy to say, you made up for after kneeling me in the warm up. But yeah, first person I seen was McKay, and then after that it was just euphoria. Just people running around everywhere going mental. It was just unbelievable. Like, I couldn't even put it into words, like the euphoria after that, thinking that you're an All-Ireland champion.
And Blaine, I had Ethan Rafferty on the podcast last year. Obviously, he had got injured in a club game, and I remember one of the questions I was asking him was, did the players want Kieran McGeeney to remain as manager, because that was such a conversation at the time. He obviously remained as manager, and he's got his team over the line. Such vindication for Geezer. But I suppose was that in the back of your heads that you wanted to do this for Geezer after the heartache of the penalty shootouts and Ulster finals to get Geezer up the steps of the Hogan stand? I'm sure that was a big motivating factor.
Oh, massive motivating factor. I think it was more so through the likes of the papers and stuff and social media aspects, what they were saying about Geezer, and them probably not knowing what he actually is like as a person compared to us. We were with him, maybe you're with him 3 to 4 days a week, so we know exactly what it's like. So we were a close-knit group, and that was one of our major factors to push on to do it for him as well, because of the amount of abuse and all he took and saying that he should be out, where at that stage there, like not one person in our team would have said that. Everyone in our panel wanted him to stay. So it was more so for him. Where, like I said there, like people were saying get him out. Where not one player would have said that there. If you had to talk to any player would have wanted him to stay.
And Blaine, obviously you'd stepped away from the panel in 2023, but I know I was reading, I think it was an Irish News piece, you made a phone call to Geezer then at the end of 2023 and asked to come back in, and you had to go through a trial period and that. Just suppose what was it like coming back in? I know you missed it a lot when you weren't part of it.
Yeah, no, it was missed it massively. When we went in, when I took the year out, it was at the start. Obviously, I was busy a lot. I was very busy with the business, but then it's when it came to the crunch time of National League started, the Championship started getting rolled into it. I was going, oh, I'd love to be there, sort of thing. And then once I came back in, then obviously made the phone call to Geezer. Geezer goes back in the trials, probably to kick up the arse that needed to get himself in the gear. And after that, then we went in training, and lucky enough I got to kick up the arse, and then it was great to be back in. Just had to put everything in the cut into it, and then lucky enough I did, and got to reap the rewards at the end of the year for it. Thank God.
And you're one of 11 All-Star nominees as well, Blaine, which is fantastic. I don't know if you feel the boys missed out, which I know a lot of Armagh fans aren't happy with, particularly Soupy, but getting nominated for an individual award for an All-Star, how does that feel for yourself and everybody in Care Cruppen and your family and everybody else?
Yeah, it's a nice way to end the year. I suppose obviously Sam McGuire was the main thing, that's all we were looking at that stage, but I suppose it's a nice wee thing added on to it then is that you've been noticed for having a good year as such for your county, and it's just delighted, and just be a good night out now in a couple of weeks now down there in the RDS. So yeah, and it's like you said, there were a few others there I thought should have been picked as well, but no, I'm delighted for the other lads that got nominated as well, and it's just it's a good way to top off the end of the year, I suppose.
And Blaine, you're up against Sean Patton from Donegal and Niall Morgan from Tyrone, and I suppose the three of you being nominated just shows the strength of goalkeeping in Ulster. And Ethan Rafferty was nominated a couple of years ago. Rory Began's been nominated as one All-Stars. It just shows the strength of goalkeeping, particularly in Ulster.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah, and even the teams in Ulster as well. It's like you could see there, even after the All-Ireland finals, said that going every major trophy it was won in from development squads right up through the seniors, all be won by Ulster counties. So it just shows you what's coming through in Ulster, and especially with goalkeepers as well. Like even likes of Sean and Niall, they're brilliant goalkeepers, and likes of Rory and all as well. I know he was in and out with the NFL, but I'd say if he had stuck out the whole year, he'd probably been one in close contention as well. So yeah, it's huge amount of quality as there is an Ulster goalkeeper.
And do you been much contact with each other or anything, Blaine? All sort of the goal? Is there a goalkeepers union up in Ulster?
Yeah, goalkeepers union. Yeah, no, we were talking about organising camp there. Actually, a few of us there, but yeah, I was texting Nell last week there, just say congratulations on your nominations, and then he was saying the same to himself there. So yeah, we would be talking off regularly enough now, so we would.
And obviously there's a lot of competition for that number one spot on the All-Star team. But just looking ahead a wee bit to next year, Blaine, there's going to be a lot of competition in Armagh as well, because obviously Ethan's back, yourself, and Shane McGill was arguably one of the players of the club championship. He has been so far. So there's going to be, I think everybody talks about the competition for places in the Armagh camp, but it's going to hot up for the number one jersey as well next year.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's probably why we've been playing so well, if I'm being personally honest, is that knowing that you have that competition, that knowing that each person behind you is on your heels. Like, rightly going, if you get your chance, you just have to take it. And then if you don't get if you don't play well, then you're out and someone else is in straight away then. And someone else is just as good, if not better. Like, it just shows you the quality we have in our squad from 1 to 15, and it just shows you from 1 to 15 there, you could arguably say you could have 2-3 teams from the Armagh panel will do the exact same job. Like, once one person's in, don't worry about that. Say some person happens to get injured, touch wood, but there's a boy coming in straight away just as good, which is unbelievable for us now.
It's definitely been a notable talking point from the year with the amount of strength that Armagh had from their subs bench and the competition in the team. And Blaine, I know you haven't played in the club championship yet, but obviously you've been watching on from the sideline and able to view a couple of the games. We're in the semi-final territory now. What have you made of the club championship so far?
Yeah, no, club championship from all levels has been high quality from what I've seen so far. Now that you're getting in the nitty gritty stuff, bit of it now, it's just some of the games now and draws that we made are very hard to call. From senior, intermediate, and junior level. So it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
You probably have your finger on the pulse at all grades, because obviously you've been watching the seniors, you're involved with Kiara Cruppin in the intermediate, and then your business partner, Jamar Hall, he's trying to win the junior with 4 kills. So you probably have an insight to all 3 competitions.
Yeah, I'd say to all 3. Yeah, I'm talking to the boys who are regular from most teams in senior and intermediate as well. Like, so boys are just talking club championship in the brain now at this stage. But yeah, and Jamar as well with the junior. So it'll be interesting now to see how it gets on now. A lot of good few games now next week will be interesting over the weekend.
And Blaine, just before I let you go, I know obviously I'd mentioned yourself and Jamar, you have your gym facilities, H&H. I suppose playing county football, and it was such a long season this year, but trying to run a business as well alongside that, it could be difficult, but you got through it anyway this year.
Yeah, we did now. That's why probably once we got that sorted out there when the year off, like we have 2 lads working for us now, McGeeney and Scott Winters, and the 2 lads have been brilliant for us now. The dates we have training, then boys can fit in nicely and take the classes for us as well, and then even in the early mornings as well. So yeah, we managed to have, there's 4 of us now working in our gym now at the moment, so it just works the clock now, thank God. If someone has training, the other person will cover for them and vice versa. So lucky enough for the boys there, like Now, who's playing McCleavey there, like if he had go to train there, one of us would slip in and take the class for him, and then vice versa with us with Armagh. So, and lucky enough for them, they were happy enough to take the reins of it after the win of the All-Ireland for the next week or 2, so thank God.
No, good stuff, Blaine. Good man. Thanks very much for coming on. Best luck with your All-Star nominee and for your business and everything else, and for the rest of the year. And best of luck next year as well. You'll hopefully keep a hold of that #1 jersey. I know there's plenty of competition, but we look forward to that in 2025. Good man. Thanks for coming on.
Cheers, Sean. Thanks very much. Thank you.
Harlan's through, he might go for it, still going, trying to barge his way through, goes to the shot, what a goal!
Arriving Rian O'Neill from an almost impossible angle, and that's the rousing score Armagh were looking for.
Connor Turbin kicks this one in on an absolutely